How do smartphones work? Inside the tech we use daily. A smartphone floating in space, with apps, calls, and GPS signals swirling around. Ever wondered how this tiny device in your hand, a smartphone, can make calls, run apps, snap photos, and even guide you to the nearest coffee shop? It's like a mini computer, but how does it actually work? Today, we're diving deep into the tech that powers your smartphone, breaking down its key components and revealing the magic behind the screen. Stick around, because this is going to blow your mind. A smartphone, with labeled parts, processor, memory, display, etc. Let's start by dissecting the smartphone piece by piece to see how it all comes together. Breaking down the key components, Section 1. The processor, the brain of the phone. Microchip pulsing like a brain, with data streams flowing through it. Show a simplified diagram of a CPU with cores and transistors. First up, the processor, or CPU. Think of it as the brain of your smartphone. This tiny chip, smaller than a postage stamp, handles billions of calculations per second to run apps, process photos, and keep everything smooth. Modern processors, like the Apple A17 Pro or Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, have multiple cores. Think of them as mini-brains working together. For example, one core might handle gaming, while another manages notifications. But how does it work? The processor uses transistor switches that turn on or off to represent ones and zeros, the language of computers. A single chip can have billions of these transistors packed into a space smaller than your fingernail. This is why your phone can play a 4K video while you're texting and browsing X all at once. Without the processor, your phone would just be a fancy paperweight. Section 2. Memory. The multitasking muscle, RAM, and storage. A phone screen switching between apps seamlessly. Next, let's talk memory. Your phone has two types, RAM and storage. RAM, or random access memory, is like your phone's short-term memory. It stores data for apps you're using right now, like your game or video call, so they run smoothly. More RAM, like 8 or 12 gigabytes in modern phones, means better multitasking. Ever notice how your phone slows down when too many apps are open? That's your RAM getting overloaded. Storage, on the other hand, is like a digital warehouse for your photos, apps, and videos. It uses flash memory, which is super fast and doesn't need power to keep data, unlike RAM, which clears when you restart. Whether it's 128 gigabytes or a terabyte, storage keeps your digital life safe. Together, RAM and storage ensure your phone can juggle tasks and hold on to your memories. Section 3. Display, the window to your world. Pixel to show red, green, and blue subpixels. Now, let's look at the display, your phone's window to the world. Most smartphones use OLED or AMOLED screens, where each pixel lights up independently to create vibrant colors and deep blacks. Each pixel is made of tiny red, green, and blue subpixels that mix to form every color you see. High-end phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S24, boast resolutions over 3,000 pixels wide for crystal-clear visuals. But it's not just about looks. Your screen is also a touchscreen. Capacitive sensors detect your finger's electrical charge, letting you swipe, tap, and pinch with precision. This tech is so sensitive, it can tell a finger from a stylus or even work with gloves on some phones. The display isn't just pretty, it's your gateway to interacting with the phone. Section 4. Battery. The powerhouse. A phone charging with a lightning bolt effect. What keeps all this tech running? The battery, usually a lithium-ion pack. These batteries store energy by moving lithium ions between two electrodes, an anode and a cathode. When you use your phone, ions flow to produce electricity. When you charge it, they flow back. A typical phone battery, like 500 milliamp hours in a modern flagship, can last a day of heavy use. But lithium-ion isn't perfected, degrades over time, which is why your phone might not hold a charge as well after a couple of years. Fast-charging tech, like 65-watt chargers, pushes ions faster to juice up in under an hour, but it can stress the battery. The battery is the unsung hero keeping your phone alive. Section 5. Software, the invisible conductor. A code snippet briefly to represent the OS. Finally, the software, your phone's operating system, like iOS or Android. This is the invisible conductor tying everything together. The OS manages the processor, memory, display, and battery, ensuring apps run smoothly and your inputs are understood. It's like a translator between you and the hardware. For example, when you tap an app, the OS tells the processor to load it from storage into RAM, updates the display, and adjusts battery usage. Features like Siri or Google Assistant use AI to understand your voice, powered by the OS. Without software, your phone's hardware would be a jumble of parts with no purpose. So, the processor, memory, display, battery, and software work in harmony to make your smartphone a powerhouse. But how did we get here? Let's take a quick trip back in time. Real-life example. From IBM Simon to iPhone 15. Animation of the IBM Simon, 1994. A bulky device with a green monochrome screen, transitioning to the sleek iPhone 15. Look for side-by-side comparisons of processor speed, camera quality, and features. To see how far smartphones have come, let's compare the first ever smartphone, the IBM Simon from 1994, to a modern beast like the iPhone 15. The IBM Simon was a pioneer. It could make calls, send emails, and even had a touchscreen with a stylus. But it was clunky, weighing over a pound, with a monochrome display and a battery that lasted just an hour of talk time. Its processor was slower than a modern calculator, with only 1 megabyte of RAM and 1 megabyte of storage. Fast forward to the iPhone 15, released in 2023. It's got the A16 Bionic chip, with 6 cores processing up to 17 trillion operations per second, millions of times faster than the Simon. Its 6.1-inch OLED display has over 2 million pixels, compared to Simon's 800. The iPhone's 48-megapixel camera can shoot 4K video, while the Simon had no camera at all. And with 6 gigabytes of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, it's a supercomputer in your pocket. Oh, and it integrates AI for features like real-time photo enhancement and voice commands. This leap shows how each component, processor, memory, display, battery, and software has evolved to make today's smartphones mind-blowingly powerful. Ending. The future of smartphones. Futuristic concept of a foldable phone unfolding, then a holographic interface, and finally a conceptual implantable device in a wrist. The screen zooms out to show a person using a phone with a thought-controlled interface. Uplifting music swells. So, what's next for smartphones? The future is wild. We're already seeing foldable screens, like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, that bend without breaking. Battery tech could shift to solid-state designs, lasting days on a single charge. AI assistants might get so smart they predict your needs before you do. And who knows, implantable devices could turn your body into a smartphone, controlled by thought alone. The tech in your pocket has come a long way, and it's only getting crazier. What do you think the next big smartphone innovation will be? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts. See you next time. Hit the like. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more animated deep dives. Up next, we're exploring why we age. Stay tuned.